Hi my dear students, welcome back to the class. So far we were discussing about trigonometric functions, and in the last class we discussed and we derived certain trigonometric identities. Around 13 trigonometric identities have been derived in the last class, isn't it? Now we are going to derive a little bit more advanced trigonometric identities in this class. So without any further intro, we shall directly move on to the next several big and very important trigonometric identities. Now we shall derive the first trigonometric identity that we have to learn today, which is cos 2x. We know cos x plus y. We learned what is cos x plus y yesterday, isn't it? What is it? Cos x, cos y minus sin x sin y, and I told you that this is a fundamental trigonometric identity, very important, because we derive most of the trigonometric identities using one among the four important trigonometric identities like cos x plus y, sin x plus y, cos x minus y and sin x minus y. I told you this in the previous class, isn't it? So we are going to derive this entire identity from the basic identity. We shall see how. Since we have to find cos 2x, here we are going to substitute ex instead of y. That means cos x plus x. It is evident that it is nothing but cos 2x, isn't it? But by the formula, it will become cos x minus sin x, isn't it? Again, we know that cos x into cos x is equal to what? Cos square x minus sin x into sin x is equal to what? Sin square x. So we get cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. The first part is over. Now we have to prove the second and third part at once. We know that sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x, isn't it? Because sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So we shall substitute that. In this case, it will become cos square x minus 1 minus cos square x, because sin square x is equal to this. Now again we shall open the bracket. It will become cos square x minus 1 minus into minus plus cos square x. It is equal to 2 cos square x minus 1. We proved the third part also. Again we can prove the next one very simply like this. Instead of substituting for sin square x, I am substituting for cos square x in this equation number A, because we know that cos square x is equal to 1 minus sin square x, isn't it? So I am substituting cos square x here, then cos 2x will become 1 minus sin square x minus sin square x, isn't it? Now sin square x minus sin square x minus sin square x is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square x. So this will be cos 2x. Now we have to prove the last one, 1 minus tan square x divided by 1 plus tan square x. For that, we shall consider the first part itself. We know that cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x, isn't it? It divided by 1. I just divided it by 1 because that division does not make any change in the equation, isn't it? But we now can do this. Cos square x minus sin square x. We know that 1 is equal to cos square x plus sin square x, isn't it? I can just substitute that here. It will become cos square x plus sin square x. So I obtained cos 2x just like this. Now I am going to divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. So the numerator will become cos square x divided by cos square x minus sin square x divided by sin square x whole divided by cos square x divided by cos square x plus sin square x divided by cos square x, isn't it? Here I have made a mistake. It is cos square x. Again, this is equal to 1. So 1 minus this is equal to tan square x divided by this is again equal to 1. So 1 plus this is equal to tan square x. So 1 minus tan square x divided by 1 plus tan square x. So we derived the entire this system of equation from this single identity. Now we shall derive the trigonometric identity for sin 2x. Here we have given with sin 2x is equal to this and x is given with a restriction. So we shall derive as before we shall consider sin x plus y. We derived this formula yesterday as sin x cos y plus cos x sin y, isn't it? Now instead of y, we have to put x to get 2x, isn't it? So sin x plus x, which is sin 2x, is equal to sin x cos x plus cos x sin x, isn't it? It is equal to 2 sin x cos x, because both of these quantities or both of this product are the same, so we can add them together to get 2 sin x cos x. So the first part is over. Sin 2x is equal to 2 sin x cos x. Again, it is equal to 2 sin x cos x whole divided by 1, isn't it? It is equal to 2 sin x cos x divided by sin square x plus cos square x, isn't it? Or cos square x plus sin square x. Now I am going to divide the numerator and denominator with the cos square x. Since cos x can be 0 whenever x is equal to odd multiple of pi by 2, 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Since we are dividing a quantity which can be equal to 0 at some points, we have to eliminate those points from the domain, isn't it? Otherwise we cannot divide it with cos square x. So in order to divide the numerator and the denominator with cos square x, we have to define x is not equal to 2n plus 1 by 2. That is this restriction. Okay, so it will become 2 sin x cos x divided by cos square x whole divided by sin square x plus cos square x whole divided by cos square x, isn't it? It is equal to, a cos x cancel, it will become 2 tan x divided by sin x square x by cos square x is equal to tan square x cos square x by cos square x is equal to 1 plus 1, or it is equal to 2 tan x divided by 1 plus tan square x, and we have this condition also. So that is the formula for sin 2x. Now we shall derive the equation or the identity for tan 2x. It is very simple. We are given with this. Let us evaluate it. Since tan 2x is equal to sin 2x divided by cos 2x, we all know that cos 2x is equal to 0 when 2x is an odd multiple of pi by 2. So we have to avoid those situations. So 2x must not be equal to odd multiple of pi by 2 where n is an integer. You know these conditions, isn't it? So we shall derive this. We know that tan x plus y. What is the formula for tan x plus y? It is nothing but tan x plus tan y divided by 1 minus tan x tan y, isn't it? Now instead of y, I am going to substitute x in order to get tan 2x. So tan x plus x, which is tan 2x, is equal to tan x plus tan x divided by 1 minus tan x, isn't it? It is equal to 2 tan x divided by 1 minus tan square x, where 2x must not be equal to odd multiple of pi by 2, where n element of z integers. So this is the identity for tan 2x. You must learn this very well. Now we shall derive the formula for sin 3x. We know that the angle 3x can be converted as sin 2x plus x, isn't it? This is of the form sin x plus y, isn't it? We know that sin x plus y is equal to sin x cos y plus cos x sin y. By that we can elaborate this as sin 2x cos x plus cos 2x sin x, isn't it? Now we know sin 2x is equal to, we derived the formula for sin 2x before. It is equal to 2 sin x cos x into cos x plus, we know cos 2x is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square x, isn't it, into sin x will arrive. Now we shall conclude this as 2 sin x into cos x is equal to what? Cos square x, isn't it? Plus 1 into sin x is equal to sin x minus 2 into sin square x is equal to 2 sin cube x, isn't it? So we got these things. Now again we know that 2 sin x into cos square x is nothing but 1 minus sin square x, isn't it? Plus sin x minus 2 sin cube x. Again we can open this bracket. It will become 2 sine x minus 2 sine cube x plus sine x minus 2 sine cube x, isn't it? So this will become 2 sine x plus sine x is equal to what? 3 sine x minus 2 sine cube x minus 2 sine cube x is equal to minus 4 sine cube x. So sine 3x is equal to 3 sine x minus 4 sine cube x. So we derived this result also. Now we shall derive the expression for cos 3x. As we know that we can convert cos 3x into cos 2x plus x as we have done before. Again, it is of the form cos x plus y, isn't it? It is equal to cos 2x cos x minus sin 2x sin x, isn't it? Because cos x plus y is nothing but cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. We have derived this in the previous sessions. So we have this. Then again cos 2x, it is equal to 2 cos square x minus 1, isn't it? It is into cos x minus sin 2x, it is equal to 2 sin x cos x into sin x is there. Now I am going to multiply each with each. That means I am going to operate this bracket. It will become 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus. Again here we have sin x and sin x, isn't it? So it will become 2 cos x into sin square x. Now we know that sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos square x. Therefore it will become 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2 cos x into 1 minus cos square x. Now again we can operate this bracket. It will become 2 cos cube x minus cos x minus 2 cos x minus 2 cos cube x. Again you can see, as you can see, there is 2 cos cube x and 2 cos cube x. So we have, this minus into minus, this will be plus, isn't it? So it will become 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. So we have cos 3x is nothing but 4 cos cube x minus 3 cos x. Now we shall define or we shall derive the identity for tan 3x. As you can see, tan 3x is given by 3 tan x minus tan cube x divided by 1 minus 3 tan square x, where you can note that 3x must not be equal to odd multiple of pi by 2 because tan 3x is nothing but sin 3x by cos 3x, and cos 3x must not be equal to 0 in order for the definition of tan 3x, isn't it? So that's why we give that restriction. See, 3x is the angle here. That's why we get 3x not equal to odd multiple of pi by 2. Now again, as we have done before, we can reduce tan 3x is equal to tan 2x plus x, which is of the form tan x plus y. It is equal to, we know that tan x plus y is equal to tan x plus tan y divided by 1 minus tan x tan y, isn't it? So let me substitute those things here. It will become tan 2x plus tan x divided by 1 minus tan 2x tan x, isn't it? Again we know that tan 2x is equal to 2 tan x by 1 minus tan square x. We derived this also in the previous session. So we have tan 2x here. So I am going to substitute this value in this definition. So it will become 2 tan x divided by 1 minus tan square x plus tan x whole divided by 1 minus 2 tan x divided by 1 minus tan square x into tan x. It is equal to, let me cross multiply this thing with this. So it will become 2 tan x plus 1 into tan x is equal to tan x. Tan square x into tan x is equal to minus tan cube x whole divided by 1 minus tan square x. Again it is whole divided by. So what we written, cross multiplied this numerator and write it down like this. Again we are going to cross multiply the denominator. It will become 1 minus tan square x minus 2 tan x into tan x is equal to minus 2 tan square x whole divided by again 1 minus tan square x. So the denominators will cancel each other and you can see 2 tan x plus tan x is equal to 3 tan x minus tan cube x whole divided by 1 minus tan square x minus tan square x. See, tan square x minus 2 tan square x is equal to 1 minus 3 tan square x. So this was the definition or the identity for tan 3x. Of course, you can note that the angle must not be equal to the odd multiple of pi by 2. So 3x not equal to n pi plus pi by 2 n element of z. So this is the identity for tan 3x. Now we shall derive another several trigonometric identities. As we know that these are the fundamental and very important for trigonometric identities. We know that. Now let me add cos x plus y and cos x minus y. That means cos x plus y plus cos x minus y. What will be the result? See, cos x plus y plus cos x minus y result in the cancellation of these quantities, isn't it? So what we get is 2 cos x cos y, isn't it? Now let me subtract cos x plus y minus cos x minus y. Then this will be the things which cancels and we get is what? Equal to minus 2 sin x sin y, isn't it? Let it be there. Now again let me add sin x plus y and sin x minus y. Then what will be the result? When I add sin x plus y and sin x minus y, what cancels is cos x sin y. This will be cancelled and the result will be 2 sin x cos y, isn't it? Now when I subtract sin x plus y minus sin x minus y, what we will obtain is sin x plus y minus sin x minus y. What get eliminated is thus sin x cos y, isn't it? So we will get cos x sin y minus of minus plus cos x sin y. So 2 cos x sin y will be the result. Now let me mark this equation as equation number 1, then this as equation number 2 and this as equation number 3 and the last one as equation number 4. Now let us substitute. Let x plus y is equal to theta and then x minus y is equal to phi. Then we have theta plus phi by 2 is nothing but what? X, isn't it? Again theta minus phi by 2 will be what? It will be y, isn't it? Therefore let me resubstitute these quantities into our required equation. Therefore in the first equation the equation will become cos theta plus cos phi. It is equal to 2 cos x. Instead of x we have to substitute theta plus phi by 2, isn't it? Theta plus phi by 2. Again in the first equation the next quantity is cos y. Instead of y we have to substitute theta minus phi by 2. Cos theta minus phi by 2. So this will be the first equation we derived. Let it be there. Now coming on to the second one, we are going to resubstitute x and y just like this. Then it will become cos, in the place of x plus y we have theta, isn't it? Cos theta minus cos phi is equal to minus 2 sin x. Instead of x we have theta plus phi by 2 into sin y. Instead of y we have sin y. Theta minus phi by 2. Again in the third equation again we shall substitute the same things. Then it will become sin x plus y. Instead of x plus y we have sin theta minus, instead of x plus, instead of x minus y we will have phi. So it will become sin phi. It is equal to 2 sin x, 2 sin theta plus phi by 2 into cos y, cos theta minus phi by 2. Okay, again coming on to the last one we are going to do the same. So it will become sin theta minus sin phi. It is equal to 2 cos x, cos theta plus phi by 2 into sin y, sin theta minus phi by 2. So we derived several conditions like this where x and y were the first variables and we resubstituted those variables with theta and phi, isn't it? Since theta and phi can be any variable according as the choosing of x and y, let us consider the same. See, I already substituted x and y as theta and phi. So we have cos theta plus cos phi is equal to 2 cos theta plus phi by 2 cos theta minus phi by 2. Remember that since x and y are any angles, theta will be also an arbitrary angle. Since x and y are arbitrary angles, x minus phi, which is equal to phi, will also be an arbitrary angle, which means that for any arbitrary angle, we have these four relationship, isn't it? So for any arbitrary angle, we can rewrite this relationship as cos x plus cos y is equal to 2 cos x plus y by 2 into cos x minus y by 2. Just because theta and phi are any arbitrary angles, so I am using the standard variables instead of theta and phi. That's all. There is no other things. So it will become, the second one will become cos x minus cos y is equal to minus 2 sin x plus y by 2 into sin x minus y by 2. And in the fourth one it will become sin x plus sin y is equal to 2 sin x plus y by 2 into cos x minus y by 2. And in the last equation we have sin x minus sin y is equal to 2 cos x plus y by 2 into sin x minus y by 2. So this will be the another four important trigonometric identities that we have to learn. So I hope all the identities we have derived today have been very clear for you, and if you have any doubt in the derivation is very important. There are many question papers with direct derivation of some identities have been asked, so we cannot skip the derivations and study the identity alone. So you have to study the identity as well as the derivation. So if you have any doubt regarding any of the derivation, you can just contact me and make it more clear for you. And in the next class we shall do the examples. The examples means we have to prove a lot of things in the examples. So we can do the examples in the next class, and in thereafter we can do the exercise questions. So till the next class, wait for the next class and revise these identities very well so that we can do problems very expertly. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.